I was in this meeting with our management team, Brett and Michael and Jeff and Denise. We were going over. We used to have the game plan, right? And we were going over the 10 steps of the game plan. We're like, well, should it be 11? Should it be 15? Should it be 7? We went through that. We're going over and over, trying to create sort of the Power 90 or the P90X of being a coach. Like, what do I got to do for 90 days? And we couldn't reconcile it because there were so many different strategies. Some people doing Facebook and Twitter, some people hitting YouTube, some people just being, working the PTA and working the line of the DMV, whatever. And, some people have the 3-foot rule. Anybody who's within 3 feet of me is going to be pitched on being a coach or getting fit. I love that. That's my favorite strategy. So we got through this and we're like, we couldn't get to agreement on what this should be in terms of something that would be very memorable and easy to execute. And Brett Blake flipped over a piece of paper and he goes, well, I talked to the elite coaches, and these are the 3 things that they say that they all have in common. Everybody has their one little thing, but the 3 that our elite coaches, now I'm not talking like air quotes, elite coaches, because it's the thing that we defined, and special trips and perks and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the coaches who are elite in their behavior and their performance and their results. They're making the money, they're getting the ranks, but they're also helping the most people. The 3 things they have in common are what we call the 3 vital behaviors. Now you might be sitting there, as I would probably be, in a group like this on a Saturday morning going, yep, another CEO, he's telling me about these 3 vital behaviors, sounds good. I bet there's going to be a self-help book coming out soon about this thing, the 3 vital behaviors and the 5 easy steps to do the 3 vital behaviors. The 7 courageous habits about the 5 easy steps to do the 3 vital behaviors. That's the 3rd book. It's all going to have a number. So that's not what it's about. We didn't come up with the 3 vital behaviors to have something pithy to be able to market to people. The 3 vital behaviors are 3 vital behaviors if you want to succeed as a coach in this business. Behavior number 1, invite, invite, invite. You can never get lazy about it. You can never stop it. If that doesn't sound appealing to you and you don't like people, this will not be the business for you. But if you do like people, or you can get over that because you want success more than you dislike people. It sounds funny, but look, I'm telling you, people think I like people. I'm scared to death of you people. That's not true. But I'm not a go to a party, hang out person, When I go to my kids, like, how you go to the first day of school thing and you hang around and you meet the parents, I sweat. I just got to stand there. I'm like, I don't know how to talk to any of these people. I stand in the corner and I can't wait for them to let us go. I just don't know how to do it. But I have to get over that if I want to engage in my kids' school. You got to get over that, and you can get over that if you want to be a great coach, because you got to invite, invite, invite. Now, again, a lot of the stuff is a repeat from Summit, but I think it's good to sort of drill it in. And for some of the new people and some of the people who are guests here, thank you so much for coming. What I'm laying down is how it's done. And right? So what I'm saying is you need to be able to get through that hurdle of not wanting to talk to people and having the fear of them going, that's network marketing. Nobody ever makes money in that. And you got to remember what our mission is, not what network marketing's mission is. Network marketing will say, create financial independence for yourself, don't fire your boss, all these trite things that you see in all the network marketing books and everything. That's great, and it's completely doable. But first and foremost, our goal, even before your objective, even before my objective, is to help people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. Even before any of us make a penny, that needs to be the agreement that we have, that when you invite somebody into this business, you're inviting them. And that's whether it's to get T25 and be in your challenge group and do the product and consume Shakeology so they get a daily dose of dense nutrition. The goal is not to put money in your pocket and money in my pocket. The goal is to help that person achieve their goals, to lead their healthy, fulfilling life. And what does that do? When you approach this from that mentality, what that does for you is it makes you bulletproof. It makes you completely above criticism because all you're trying to do is help people. If you're out there to try to, I'd like to help people, but I really want some money. If that's your approach, that's going to be in the back of your head. You can't escape that mentality, and your ego and your consciousness is going to know that, and there's always going to be a little bit of insecurity that is, I might get rejected today because that person might bust me for just wanting to put money in my pocket and to increase in rank. You got to get that out of your head. You got to first, doesn't mean you can't have goals, but it cannot be the action, the thing that is driving your desire to help people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. If you can, John Maxwell said something great. Practice makes permanent, right? Not practice makes perfect. Practice makes permanent. What I love about that, if you approach this business every day to invite from a perspective of help people achieve their goals, to care about people with creative enthusiasm, and you make that a habit every single day, maybe even every hour of the day, you'll be a great coach and you'll be outrageously successful. You'll be unstoppable because you'll never fear rejection, because you're just going to approach people and look for creative ways and interesting ways to engage in conversation, to find the thing. As you're talking to somebody, be like, if you're thinking, how can I help this person? If that's what you're thinking, imagine how different that is than, how can I sell this person? Completely different approach. Because if you're thinking, how can I help this person? You're going to be completely relaxed. Like if you make that a habit though, practice makes perfect, you'll be so unstoppable. Okay, that's vital behavior number one. There's a lot in vital behavior number one, but it's invite, invite, invite. And that means help people achieve their goals. Help them. Show them you care. Now, vital behavior number two, be the proof the product works. You need to be, doesn't mean you need to be a hard body, thank God. But it does mean that you cannot represent something that you're not aware of, that you don't believe in. Shakeology is the best example of that, and it's the thing that the network has that nobody else has in the world, and that is this incredibly dense nutrition. I mean, it's crazy. People ask me all the time, and I was in a meeting a couple weeks ago with our production team, and they were like, you know, this Shakeology is great. I drink it, you know, all the time and everything, but is it really better than the other protein powders? You can tell me for real. Is it really better than protein powders? And I'm like, you know, and then there's other people in the room that roll their eyes because they know, oh, this meeting just went another half hour longer than it was supposed to. Because Carl's about to go off. And that's because, yes, it is. You know, we talk about, and I apologize to the people who saw this at Vegas, but this is an outrageously complex system. As cool as the laptop and we built a tent that we can all sit in, mankind is outrageously creative and inventive. We have a little iPad. I was looking at people at the airport last night, you know, with all these little screens they're walking around. I'm like, man, that's like a futuristic movie. People are walking around with screens. One kid's Angry Birds over here, another kid's watching a movie over there. Like, wow, look at all that stuff on this little flat little thing. It's like a Frisbee. Look what we invented. But we still can't create whatever this gray matter does up there. They're still trying to figure out how the memory works, and they're still trying to figure out how this happens, and the heart continues to go, even if you're not thinking about it, but somehow I'm still breathing. I'm not thinking about breathing, but it's all happening. This outrageously strong machine, built of 11 systems, from respiratory, skeletal, muscular, well, it's muscular, skeletal, whatever the 11 systems are, you know, circulatory, all these things that have to communicate with each other. Protein helps 2 or 3 of those systems. Really, protein is critical as an energy source, and the amino acids to create about 3 of those 11 systems. That's 8 systems going, feed me too. And that's where Shakeology comes in. The phytonutrients, the amino acids, the digestive enzymes, the prebiotics, the probiotics, the greens, the fiber, it's all in there. Good carbs. I mean, your body needs this stuff to operate. People who pile up the bags of Shakeology aren't getting it. That this isn't This isn't a good thing to have like a health shot once in a while. This is something that you need to feed your body every single day. If you believe in what we're about, you will believe that this product is so important to your overall health. Not to like give you a zap like caffeine. That's been the trick. It's unfortunate because caffeine makes you feel healthy. Woo! And then you get so used to it, particularly, I mean, it's crazy how much more potent caffeine is now when you get a cup of coffee. You know, it's like crack coffee. And so we mistake that for being a feeling of being vital and energetic, but it's tapping your adrenal system. How do you recharge your adrenal system? That gives you that energy so they don't rely on caffeine, so that you can have energy all day long without these peaks and valleys. You got to feed it right. You got to know. You want to be a great coach? You got to know what Shakeology is about. You got to know what that product means. Just watch some of the videos. I think they put some of the videos of Darren, obviously in the vanilla announcement. It's some really good information just about Shakeology overall, about how important the soil that the ingredients come out of, the air that it's grown from, the water used, the fact that there's no pesticides or GMO allowed in it, like just all that detail in 70 plus ingredients matters. Yet other companies will do their side-by-side comparison on things that are very basic to look at and do, you know, the check marks and the grid and stuff. All I'm telling you is my wife, who's just crazy Nazi about nutrition and would drink, she doesn't care if it's Shakeology or not. She will drink the healthiest possible thing that will feed her body right. She just doesn't care. I mean, that's the way she is. She's like militant about this stuff. And she drinks at least 1, maybe 2 shakes a day. The second shake is, she says she puts all sorts of cordyceps and extra stuff that she has. Our house looks like a vitamin shop. But she puts all this stuff together and like frankly, if she drinks Shakeology, I know we're doing okay. Like, she's my test. That's being proof that the product works. And feeling it yourself and believing it and consuming it. And when you talk about it, you need to be able to talk about it with conviction and belief, which means you need to know about some of these testimonials. You need to read up about it. You know, look at what happens on my Facebook page whenever we put something up about Shakeology. I'll get 400 or 300 comments from people talking about, hey, how Shakeology helped them in ways that from a medical perspective we could never claim, but things that are just crazy what happens to the body when instead of medicating it to trick the triggers medically with a prescriptive medication, instead you just feed the body these amazing 11 systems to work together to make you healthy. It's an amazing thing, but it doesn't happen like a drug where it's like, hey, thank you, Advil, I feel better. No, it needs to be every single day. You need to, and what's great about it is you can have a little bit of the lifestyle that you love. We're not saying that you can't have a cookie from now every once in a while, or fast food every once in a while, or pizza, or whatever. You can have this lifestyle, but at a minimum, you've got to feed it right, 1 meal a day at least, so that it gets an absolute, outrageously dense dose of nutrition. And your whole body, all those systems are going to be like, okay, I got the enzymes. Now I can communicate over there with those guys and break that food down. Whenever that scant bit of nutrition comes in from that hoagie, that's what they call it, a hoagie? Is that what you call it in Chicago? A hoagie? A sub.